My stepdad is trying to sleep with me. I don't even know where to start. I'm 17 years old, and the past few days have been an absolute nightmare. My mom married my stepdad when I was a baby. She and my biological dad divorced before I was born. So, my stepdad has been in my life for as long as I can remember. Almost 16 years now. I turn 18 tomorrow, but instead of feeling excited, I'm terrified. It started 3 days ago. On Saturday, I was in my room trying to put up a new lock on my door when my stepdad came home late. It was around 12:20 a.m. when he knocked on the front door, so I went to let him in. At first, it was just a normal interaction. He asked me how my day was, and then he started lecturing me about my life, how I go out too much, how he thinks I'm sleeping around. None of it is true. I have a boyfriend, sure, but we're not even having sex. The lecture dragged on forever, and I was just nodding along, hoping he'd leave. Finally, around 1 a.m., he left my room, and I thought that was the end of it. I was so wrong. A little while later, he came back, only this time, he was wearing nothing but a towel. At first, I thought maybe he just needed something, but then he started saying things that made my stomach drop. He asked me when I was going to give him some. I didn't even understand what he meant at first, but the way he looked at me made it clear. He turned off my light and told me to lie down. My heart was pounding so hard I thought I was going to pass out. I crawled under my blanket, hoping he'd just leave, but he didn't. He told me to move to the end of the bed, and I realized exactly what he wanted. I felt frozen, trapped in my own room. Somehow, I managed to say, "Another day," just to make him stop. I hated myself for saying it, but I was terrified of what he'd do if I didn't. He stared at me for what felt like forever before finally leaving. The second he was gone, I broke down. I was shaking, crying, and texting my boyfriend, begging him to help me figure out what to do. He told me to finish installing the lock and lock myself in for the night, so I did. Since that night, I've been on edge constantly. I can't tell my mom, she won't do anything. She stayed with him through so much, like when he cheated on her and even got other women pregnant. I know in my heart she wouldn't leave him, even if I told her. I feel completely trapped. I bought a camera a few weeks ago, and thankfully, it arrived on Monday. I set it up in my room, hoping to gather evidence if he tries anything again. My boyfriend thinks that's the best plan for now. Get proof, finish high school, and move out, but even that feels so far away. I'm trying to save money, but it's nearly impossible. I work part-time and make $400 to $500 every 2 weeks, but my parents take $300 a month for rent. I was saving for a car, but now it feels like I'll never have enough to get out of this house. Tomorrow is what scares me the most. I don't have work, and my stepdad will be home all day. My mom works late, and he's off. It'll just be me and him in the house. I don't know how I'm going to make it through the day. Every moment I'm here, I feel like I'm living a nightmare. I lock myself in my room, but even that doesn't feel safe. I'm so scared he's going to break down the door or do something worse. I don't know what to do anymore, and I feel so alone. All I can do is cry and pray this ends somehow.